Overflows.
Authentic experience is realization. Life is given to you to explore deep within. Go on exploring deeper and deeper to discover the unfathomable reservoir of rare elements as harmony, oneness, understanding, innocence, trust, openness, intuition, clarity of vision, intuitive light, and bliss. Remember, authentic experience of life and living is a realization. Then you need nothing for bliss. Your presence is bliss in itself. Remember, what you are now experiencing is so authentic and so real, so solid, you will not need a companion. That too is one of the basic dependencies, and that is why all couples are in constant fight. The reason is that nobody wants to be dependent on anyone. It takes away your dignity, your individuality, and your freedom. It makes you, in a subtle sense, a slave. The man who loves a woman will hate that woman as well, because that woman has become a necessity and one hates to be dependent on anyone. And the same is the case for the woman. Every woman hates the man. He has She has to hate him because she has become dependent on him for momentary pleasures which do not last long. A meditator finally comes into a space where he does not need anyone to give him pleasure. He is full of blissfulness, overflowing. He can share, he can fill the whole world with his blissfulness. His very being has become orgasmic. When there is merger of opposites, there is an orgasmic explosion of light or awakening or bliss. You are a circle and energy flows in myriad forms. To me, this is real purpose of human life. Now that is something tremendously significant to be remembered. You are both man and woman together within. Because you are born of a father and a mother, half of your being has been contributed by your father and the other half by your mother. Naturally, you cannot be just man or just woman alone. It is a fallacy perpetuated for centuries that man is man and woman is woman. It is absolutely wrong. Every man has his woman within him, and every woman has her man within her. Only the meditator comes to know his whole being. Suddenly, his inner woman and the inner man melt and merge into each other. That creates an orgasmic state in him or her. Now, it is no more a momentary experience that comes and goes. It is something that continues day in and day out, like heartbeat or breathing. Every moment, he or she is an orgasmic state. Naturally, sex disappears. A greater experience has come in. The sun has risen. Now, what is the use of having candle unnecessarily burning? You are bound to blow it out. If somebody keeps his candle burning in the sun, it only shows one thing, that man is virtually blind. A meditator comes to know such a vast experience of joy that all other pleasures simply fade away. No need to ask, can it be true that sex is already over? Or one day sex will be over? Yes, it is true. When meditation deepens, your way of looking at life changes, and you need not repent for it. No need to look back at all. Instead, look ahead. Something greater is going to open in your being, something like a lotus, which will give you absolute fulfillment, contentment, freedom, independence, and individuality. For the first time, you will feel you are able to fly alone into the vast sky of existence. In the vast sky of existence, your need for the other has disappeared. That is what sex is, the need for the other. And in this state of orgasmic experience within yourself, without the help of anyone else, you become capable of sharing your love and not bargaining, not even hoping for someone or something in return. In other words, this is what is friendliness. Friendliness towards the entire existence. Nothing is greater and nothing is more glorious. Nothing is more of a splendor and a miracle. There are two things which are not necessarily of the same age as the body. Body and the mind have different ages. The lowest of these two is well understood by the psychologists, while the higher is still beyond their comprehension. Psychology is still struggling to stand up on its stable ground. It is crawling on the ground at the lowest level of human energies. Hence, about the lower, it has found a few fundamental truths. One is the mental age. A man may be 70 years old, yet his mental age may be only 14, or vice versa. In cases like Mozart, when he was only 4 years of age, he was able to play musical instruments like a great master. And at the age of 5, he was already becoming famous. Even great masters of music could not believe the phenomenal energy of Mozart. At the age of 5, he was almost as mature mentally as very few people become at the age of 70. This is the case with Mozart. Psychology has accepted that body and mind do not grow together. Sometimes, most of the time, the mind is lagging behind and body goes on growing. A few times, in rare cases, the mind grows ahead and the body lags behind, as was the case. This is the case with geniuses, as we have seen in case of Mozart, in case of Adi Shankar. Adi Shankar became enlightened between the age of 7 and 11. At the age of 7, he was wandering in Himalayan mountains in search of his master, and there he met Govind Pad Acharya, who asked him, "Who are you?" And in response, he composed Nirvan Shatkam. Emerson, a great creative and sensitive man, was once asked about his age. He said 360 years. The people who were present could not believe it. They could not believe that Emerson, a man of truth, a very innocent man, a man loved and respected by all those who could understand the heights of consciousness. Why should he be, why should he lie about such a thing? 360 years of age? He does not look even more than 60. What to make out of it? Finally, one man asked, "Perhaps I could not rightly hear what you said. Will you please repeat it?" Emerson laughed and said, "Why are you going in a roundabout way? Why don't you say directly that you cannot believe that my age is 360 years? Then another man said, "Now we have to ask you. You look only 60 at the most. You will have to give us evidence that you are 360 years of age, and a man of your integrity is expected not to lie." Emerson said, "I am not lying. I have lived so much in 60 years that you will be able to live only in 360 years. According to my sensitivity and totality of life, I have lived 60 years as much as an ordinary man will live in 360 years. I am not lying. It all depends on how you live, and meditation changes your life pattern completely. Shankar's biological age was very less, but what he did at the age of 7 could not be possible by men over 50 or so. This has still to be recognized by psychology. But psychology of the enlightened ones knows perfectly well that consciousness can go on growing. It needs not grow simultaneously with the body. So body ages in its own way, and mind or consciousness grows in its own way. The journey continues. The journey, as we need to know, continues ere long. Enough for now.